Hello everyone, I am Squall, continuing coverage of the clan war between Samurai Faith and DarkOnyx. Noisy Ninja did win the last game, so well played by him. And it looks like DarkOnyx has chosen to throw out Vecchilionis, making a reference to a pop singer. Her name is Carly Rae Jepsen, I believe. I've not actually heard her music. I've listened to a a cappella remix of Call Me Maybe, which is the song, you know, that he is of course referencing. Hi, maybe. They're doing a remix of this song, guys. So, Vec is of course a Platinum Terran. He is going up against Noisy Ninja, a Platinum Random player. Maybe he's actually just choosing Terran in this situation, but like he plays random in general. I don't quite know what their rules were. I'm going to assume that he chose random and then just random in his Terran. I don't know. Or maybe he just feels TVT is a good matchup for him and so he's choosing it. In any case, it's up to him. All I care about is good games, and the last game was pretty good. A little bit favoring Noisy Ninja, but we got to see some cool Reaper openings, and that's always fun. So both players scouting out now. Vec going to not quite intersect with Noisy Ninja's SCV, but that's okay. I'm sure they will meet up sometime, some way in another life, and they'll be... I'm not sure where I'm going with... I'm going to stop talking. Anyways, Noisy Ninja getting a little bit of harassment done. Vec scooting away with that SCV. Noisy Ninja in hot pursuit. And what I want to know is SCVs, like they've got those little jetpacks, right? You can see the fire shooting out as they are propelling themselves along. Where do they get their fuel from? Because we literally never see them reload their fuel. Ever. It's not like they ever stop for half a second and go, I need more fuel, and then, like, you know, some guy pulls out a canister of fuel and then pulls it across the battlefield while bullets and death rain around them, and I may or may not be thinking of Matrix 3, which was kind of a terrible movie, but I do have to say, those mechas were totally awesome. You know what I'm talking about, right? The big battle for Zion, and then, like, whenever the mechas ran out of ammo, they'd have to go, like, reload! And then the brave volunteers who have no arm or nothing to protect them just, like, come out with these little, like, one-wheeled buggies, and they're carrying these things of ammo. And you've got the, like, teenage protagonist who's introduced just to be a hero in the Battle of Zion, and, you know, comes out carrying the ammo, and the captain guy's, like, dying. He's like, oh, he's like, do it for me. He's like, I'll do it. And then he shoots the chain link thing that opens the door, and that way the, whatchamacallit can get through that ship. Oh gosh, what was it called? I can't even remember. Yeah, it's actually been, like, it's been at least 6 years since I've seen any of the Matrix movies. It's been so long. And I don't think I ever actually watched the third one again outside of theaters. I can't remember. Anyways, back to the game. Noisy Ninja getting scanned. 100% of everything he is making is totally exposed. Looks like he's going for a bit of a 1-1-1. Doesn't have any add-ons yet. And there goes a tech lab on the factory. So it could be he wants to get tanks again. Tanks did work out pretty well for him in the last game. And Vec looks like he is imitating Raider, going for lots of bio. Hopefully it works out a little bit better for him than it did for Raider in this particular game. As, well, last game just didn't work so well. And that's one of those things, you know, bio... The advantage of going through bio is, obviously, you have more mobility. You can get the medevacs, you can pick up, you can move around, you can harass different positions. Whereas if, say, you're going mech play like Noisy Ninja did in the last game, it's generally more powerful in a straight-up fight, unless you have all your tanks on siege at a horrible moment. But generally more powerful in a straight-up fight, but then it's much more immobile. You can't get around nearly as fast. And so if you're a bio player, you don't want to go into those straight-up engagements. You know, you just can't afford to do it. You have to go around your opponent, hit at the sides, take out expansions, and Raider just wasn't quite able to do it because Noisy Ninja just made turrets around all his bases. Oh, man. But, so Vec getting a factory Do you think I would go for Banshee after you scam my starport? Noisy Ninja with a little bit of mind games. And, oh, maybe he did want to go for a Banshee opener, but then chose to go into tank since he got scanned. Interesting decision. Getting a Viking, not too sure why, but although that said, if Vec is going, I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, maybe Vec having a little bit of nerves, and I really want to know what my opponent's doing. Scan! And that's one of the things about competitive play, and obviously this isn't an actual tournament where they earn money and they're playing against, other pros. But, it is a tournament-like setting, and, your team's relying on you, they're counting on you to, pull through, get a win. And so there can be some nerves, you want to do your best, and, and then there's always that great debate, do I cheese him? Do I go straight up? What do I do? And, I've seen that sort of thing a lot in the Good as Gold tournaments that Ord runs. I've helped him cast a few of them. And quite often we'll follow a player through the tournament, and most of the time we'll see like very reasonable standard play. He'll have pretty good macro, and then they'll get to the semifinals or the finals, and they'll just cheese. They'll just try to cannon rush or whatever. And it just, and then they just lose, and it's because nerves get to them. But Noisy Ninja sieging up, and oh, the Viking is actually going to be used for vision. This is actually kind of old school. You don't really see it all that much anymore. But it still does work, because Viking can see quite a ways, and Beck in quite a bit of trouble now. He's rallying out more Marines, but he lost a lot of stuff without really doing anything at all. And I feel like he might need to give up this position for the moment. He needs to get some medevacs out, man. Oh, no, he's not making any. He is getting a tank out. He will have siege mode soon. But with the Viking, he's not going to be able to get an edge over Noisy Ninja, because Noisy Ninja will just always have the advantage as far as vision goes. And Beck stimming forward, trying to pick off some stuff. A good moment to move out. Does get one of the tanks, trying to get the other one. Doesn't quite kill it off. Losing so much stuff. He is sieging up this tank on the high ground. Gets 2 more Marines. And Noisy Ninja forced to fall back, so his attack drying up just a little bit. But Beck's still struggling. Getting a reactor on the starport, so he will be able to get medevac soon. And with how little Noisy Ninja has now, he needs to, hold back for the moment. He can unsiege and move forward. If he does, Beck could just stim forward and kill everything. But he is rounding forward some SCVs to start repairing that siege tank. And wow, 11 kills on that siege tank already. That's definitely done some good work for him. Beck, though, hasn't lost any SCVs yet, and his base is mined, so he actually has a really significant economy lead over his opponent. So while he's definitely in a bit of a rough spot here, oh, those Marines, the humanity. Oh, man. And then scanning forward just to check how many SCVs there are, or Marines there are, and oh, nice, he's going to drop around the tank, and he will definitely be able to clean this up. Not too much Noisy Ninja can do about that, and yep, tanks do have a minimum range. What are you going to do about that? Does lose a medevac, but manages to push back the forces, and now Beck in a nice position. Has a good economy lead. Noisy Ninja did cut SCV production quite a bit to do that push. And now he's just going to transition into mech play again. So have to see if Noisy Ninja manages to bring it on back. Beck going to expand again, because he feels it's safe to do so now, and it is. Noisy Ninja lost everything. He's not going to move out with only 3 tanks. That wouldn't work out. And got a bit of fighting of the SCVs going on. Marines come forward. Don't worry, I can deal with that. The SCV's like, thank you so much, you're my hero. Although I'm not sure why a guy like the SCV driver would talk like that. I guess you can't see it because I do that picture thing now, so you guys can see my incredible, ridiculous nerdiness. But yeah, SCV drivers are male, so not sure why they'd be talking like some teenage girl. Anyways, Beck loading up for a drop here. Very cool. Noisy Ninja does have control of all the watchtowers, so will he see it? I think he might. And yep, he does see the medevac, so he knows what's coming. He's going to be able to get in position. Would have loved to have seen Beck swing around to avoid the watchtowers, but Noisy Ninja's ready for this, and oh, already has turrets up. Looks like this is just something he always does if his opponent is going for drop play. The Viking comes forward, and oh no, Beck gonna lose a medevac before it can even unload this one. Is it gonna get anything out? No, it doesn't. A terrible, terrible blow against Beck. Noisy Ninja, ouch! Why are you saying ouch, dude? Nothing happened to you. Why are you saying ouch for Beck? Beck's huddled in the corner. He's whimpering in pain. Just go, ouch. That must have hurt a lot. What a douche. I actually don't know Noisy Ninja. maybe he... Okay. I'm going to step into Noisy Ninja's shoes. Maybe once upon a time, he did bioplay himself. He tried to drop. That exact same thing happened to him. And he's remembering the pain of his past as a bioplayer. And he just went, ouch, I feel so horrible for you. That must have been terrible. So Noisy Ninja, obviously the most empathetic human being in existence. Anyway, so Vec does secure this third. He's making it into a planetary. Wants it to remain safe. I don't know about this decision just because you have the more mobile army. Your opponent is going for tons and tons of siege tanks, you know, and planetary fortresses can't hit siege tanks when they're sieged up. And they're too far away. But it will protect him against Hellion run-bys, though, so I guess that could be his logic. In any case, he's still economically ahead, or economically equalized, excuse me. But once he gets that base populated and gets some SCVs there, he will be ahead of his opponent a little bit. But Noisy Ninja coming forward with a very scary looking push. This is so many siege tanks, doesn't have that many Hellions to buffer damage. So Vec may be able to do a drop down on top of the siege tanks. We'll have to see. Vec does have some siege tanks of his own, but he has less. And wow, you ever want to go be like, what's a tank line? Ladies and gentlemen, that's a tank line. Oh, man. But that said, though, Noisy Ninja, he can't really push up the ramp. But at the very least, he's keeping his opponent contained somewhat. Another drop coming out for Vec. There is a Viking just kind of hanging out with it and making sure he knows what's up. And he'll be able to respond to that quite well. Raider leaves the game in disgust. He's going, Vec, what are you doing? Screw it, I'm out. Or maybe he needs to leave for some other reason. Could be lag, too. I would assume if any player has issues with lags, they just leave the game out of politeness towards their opponent. And Noisy Ninja pushing forward. Vec going to be in a bit of trouble because his third is going to be under siege in just a moment. And bam, the ultimate siege up of Ultimate Destiny. And wow, the Planetary Fortress taking a third of its health and damage from the first volley. That is dead. Boom, say goodbye. Definitely a terrible loss for Vec, but oh, getting a nice drop in back here. Somehow the medevac managed to live, and he's killing quite a few SCVs. Wow, 21 workers killed? That's a little bit ridiculous. And actually, let's take a look at the units tab. So yeah, he has nearly 18... Oh wow, getting a huge stim forward, picking off all the tanks while they are on siege. Huge victory for Vec. Well played. And that's just such a devastating loss if you're a meching player. Take a look at the supplies, down nearly 50. And when you're going siege tanks, the siege tanks take a while to build, man. I mean, take a look at the build time. 45 seconds. That is not short. And I would have loved it if, as that happened, Vec went, ouch. Oh, that would have been fantastic. But yeah, tanks, they just take so long to reproduce. And, I mean, Noisy Ninja is triple producing them. So it's not like he's crazily behind. And oh, he wants to get that tank out, so he's killing the tech lab. Tech lab, like, what did I ever do? It's not my fault. But Noisy Ninja in a bit of trouble as Vec surges forward. This base is going to be under siege. Noisy Ninja knows what's up. He's like, I'm out. And let's get that orbital out of there. He's got a lot of tank siege up there. And oh no, Vec walking into the siege fire loses a couple Marines. But it looks like he's just going to load up for a drop, or maybe not. Sieging up all of his tanks. There's a lot of Hellions there. But they don't do so well against that many Marines and tanks. Noisy Ninja donating some mules and SCVs to the cause. This one very smartly going around the Vespine guys are, I don't want to have happen to me what happened to my fans. It's kind of how they say it, because they do kind of talk like rednecks. Yeah. So Vec looks like for the moment he's just content to siege up this third. But Noisy Ninja's moving out and he's going to lay siege to Vec's third, excuse me. So we'll have to see how he responds. He only has 3 tanks, so that's not really that threatening. And honestly, Vec could just load up these medevacs and drop on top of them. So I don't think this will do too much. He might have to lift his command center at the very least. And it looks like we got another drop in here, but this missile turret kills off the medevac before it does too much, and not the best drop ever. Command center now in siege. Back. Lift it. Lift it. Lift it. Lift it. Come on, man. Oh, boy. And there we go. Finally lifting it. It is on fire. But those SCVs are able to repair it. And Noisy Ninja just going to cruise away. But, oh, Marines should be able to catch them and pick them off. And, yep, there go the siege tanks. Noisy Ninja manages to delay the expansion a little bit. But I don't know if it was worth 3 siege tanks to do that. And it looks like Vec is just going to try to drop again. And I'm not sure why you're still trying to drop when you know there are missile turrets here. Missile turrets with the range upgrade, no less. Dude, this is not a good decision. But looks like he's going to go for it anyways. And, oh, taking some damage on the medevac. Decides to pull back. And Vec is taking his third here. Does, or Noisy Ninja, excuse me. And Vec doesn't know about it yet. And, wow, the medevac's taking even more damage. And, oh, there's a Thor there. Oh, loses a completely full medevac. Managing to drop down Marines now, but they're not getting too terribly much done. They may be able to stim forward and potentially pick off some add-ons, but now Noisy Ninja needs to pull everything back, and she's doing a little bit better than I expected. There are Thors there now, though, and Thors have a lot of health. They won't be dying to those Marines anytime soon. And Beck loses everything once again. And this base has still gone undetected. I feel like he thinks that he's kept his opponent down to 2 bases, but dude, there's a base here. Scout. Is Beck gonna lose? Oh no! The SCVs! Oh no! Oh, the humanity! So many SCVs going down. 25 killed now. 28. 30. Oh man, if he controlled those Hellions a little bit more, these SCVs would definitely not be alive. He still killed at least 20 in that exchange. I'm not sure how many he killed before that point, but that was devastating for Vec's economy. And yeah, he is behind on SCVs now. Ninja pulling ahead as far as the economy is concerned and getting another command center. And there we go, finally a scan goes down, so now he knows what's up. He's going to load up some medevacs and drop in there. Don't know if that's the best decision. There's a lot of tanks there that are in range for that. But he's going to go for it anyways. Could potentially pick off a lot of SCVs, but... Oh, is he going to drop on top of the tanks? Oh no! Choosing a pretty bad location to drop. Going to do some damage, but I don't know if that was quite worth it. And yeah, back falling down supply, but oh, moving his tanks forward, those sieging those ones up. Those are doing a lot of work. And now Vec putting on the economy hurt on his opponent. And that tank, 2 hit points, but it does now, or that Thor, excuse me, 2 hit points, but it does die. And Noisy Ninja forced to lift that command center and retreat. Vec, I keep saying Vec, taking the economy lead once again. Over 10 SCVs ahead of his opponent. Noisy Ninja trying to get some tanks into position to help repel this, but the siege up is not the greatest. And Beck flanking it with some Marines, but I don't know if that was the best decision. They get 1 tank, and then they all explode. Not the best result ever. And this command center is slowly burning down. Okay, dropping some mules so you can repair it up. Always a good decision. And looks like Ninja going to go for another run by. Could kill a lot more SCVs, but there are tanks ready and waiting. But the Hellions like, we don't care. We'll just get in your dead zone. And micro, there we go. So the Hellion town does get thinned out, and that does buy Vec some time to move some Marines around. And at the very least, we'll buy his SCVs some time. Looks like Ninja's going to choose to fall back. And oh, another stim forward from Vec, picking off even more tanks. And this is the problem with only tanks without Hellions. Yes, they will kill stimmed Marines quite quickly, but every time you're going to lose some. Tanks. You need the Hellions to buffer damage because tanks are so valuable. You never want to lose them. Taking a look at the upgrades. Noisy Ninja has 2-2 for his vehicles. Vec only has 2 attack for his vehicles, but he does have 3-3 on the bio, so that does make them a lot more resilient and deal honestly incredible damage. And Noisy Ninja is still in a difficult position. And Vec still managing to keep this base alive. Both players having a difficult time macroing to use up all their resources, but it's okay. There's a lot of action going on, so I can totally understand. More scans going down. More Marines going down. Oh man, and Vec looks like he's managed to get more medevacs out. And oh, a nice, oh, very cool, dropping a tank and then picking it up again. That's very interesting. Is there actually a travel time on the tank shell? Like, can he, okay, it's taken some damage. If there's travel time on the tank shell, I never knew that. I'm not sure if he ever actually dodged a tank shot by doing that. If he did, that's pretty cool. But didn't manage to actually kill any tanks with it. There are some that are very low on health, but there's a bunch of SCVs here now. Those tanks are going to get mass repaired out very, very quickly. And it would be nice to see those SCVs on auto repair, actually. That way they don't have to be individually microed. But, yeah, a bit of an awkward standoff. Looks like Noisy Ninja has retaken this base now. Beck definitely knows about it, but I don't know if he has enough tanks to keep this position sieged up properly. And then siege up this one. If he goes over here, he's going to be vulnerable to a flank from behind. But, Noisy Ninja continuing to send out Hellions to harass Beck, taking his 4th base, a scan going down, letting Noisy Ninja know about this. I wish the game had a scan counter where it's like, this is how many times each player has scanned. Because I feel like both of them are scanning so much. You tell he's going to be able to pick off some mules. But, there aren't any SCVs there yet, so not the hugest loss in the world. And Marines continuing to die as they run across the map. Dude, being a Marine in Beck's army is just gotta be the worst thing in the world. Because it's like, go here. Okay, we'll go there. But 1 in 10 of us die no matter what. There's nothing we can do about it. And Beck's like, I don't care, man. I got 1K in the bank. I can make, you know, 200 more of you guys. And oh, Beck's stimming forward, picking off some stuff. But Noisy Ninja has a few too many tanks back there. Can't quite get through. Would be nice to see Beck swing around this side and then come in here. He would be able to get around that single missile turret. It does have 8 range, but I don't think it can quite hit stuff that'd be dropping in, say, here. But, oh, we got a ping. A ping from an observer. No idea what that's about, saying there's, hey, dude, you got an idle barracks there. Maybe that's what he's trying to say, but Beck doesn't care, or Noisy Ninja doesn't care. Actually, that's just to watch for drops. That's what he's using it for, because he's not making any bio. Actually makes sense. That's a more expensive and much more durable Overlord, basically. And slower. Or is it slower? Actually, no, wait. Barracks are actually faster than unupgraded Overlords, excuse me. Some Marines getting sacrificed for the cause. And really, both players just in a bit of a standoff. Beck managing to stay ahead as far as economy is concerned, has more Harvesters and more Orbitals. But Noisy Ninja, he's still trying, and wow, he's only on 1 base now, so his money is eventually going to start drying up. And Beck has like an enormous supply. Look at that, 60 supply up on his opponent. But this is the power of mech. You know that if you try to stem forward your Marines, you're going to lose a lot. I would love to see Beck try to swing around some Marines to this side and then do a pincer. Flanks work really well against tanks because they can only shoot in one direction at a time. And then you're pretty much guaranteed to take it out. Whereas if you come in from a single direction, you're just going to lose a ton of stuff. Looks like Ninja's moving around over here, scanning again, just to confirm that this base is still here. Or just wanted to make sure there wasn't an army he was walking into. That's probably what he was actually doing. If it ever feels like I'm making fun of a player, I'm not actually trying to do that. I do apologize if that's ever been the case, or has seemed to be the case. It's not my intention. Honestly, Noisy Ninja's playing a lot better in this position than I probably would be able to, so these tanks are going to get cleaned up, as unsieged they are not the greatest against 3-3 Marines, and okay, they actually won't be cleaned. Oh, they're 3-3 themselves, wow. 3-3 tanks are good, man. I know what I'm doing now, and Noisy Ninja dropping the mules, puts them on auto repair, and look at that mule repair. That health is just not quite skyrocketing. Okay, he's microing it over to the more damaged one, and wow, these tanks are doing a lot more work than I thought. Beck is moving units up, but he's streaming them in piecemeal, and that's not going to work, especially without medevac support. Oh boy, Ninja has gotten a Banshee. And he is starting to pick up tanks now. And oh, Beck stims forward. And looks like he's going to be able to clean up this tank line. Finally breaking through it. And he did that to take out the Banshee. But it had the side effect of just kind of killing all the tanks anyways. But this Banshee is still rampaging. 4 kills. Now 5 kills. 5 tank kills on a single Banshee. That is definitely worth the cost of Cloak and the Banshee. And it looks like Beck's siege here is finally going to be cleaned up. Has a decent tank spread here. But Noisy Ninja doesn't care. He's just pushing forward and attacking. And Beck does have some Marines here, but it's not that many. Each Marine has its own personalized healer. Because Noisy Ninja doesn't have anything that can shoot up to clean up the medevac. So hopefully Beck pulls those back before Noisy Ninja goes, oh hey, I should probably build a Thor. These Marines running to their deaths. A little bit sad to see. And, wow, Beck has really just been equalized as far as supply is concerned. Looks like he managed to finally clean up that base there. But this base is getting pretty mined out. This is the only base he has that has any minerals left in it, really. And, how many? Wow, down to 22 SCVs. That is so many workers killed. Oh, my goodness. And, wow, actually, take a look at the units killed, too. Beck has just not been trading. Apparently he has been trading efficiently, but Marines are super cheap, so you lose so many of them when compared against tanks. But still, look at this number, though. Look at how many units Vec has killed. He's killed 187. Most of those have been, like, tanks. That's so many tanks. Oh, my goodness. This game has just been an absolute massacre. Back on the Terran homeworld of Tarsonis, I'm pretty sure Tarsonis is an actual, like, Terran planet. There's an awful lot of widows now. Actually, the city is now 100% widows. There's just nothing left. Beck coming in for another attack, but 3-3 Blue Flame Hellions are really good, as are 3-3 tanks. But it's not going to be enough, though, because Beck has a ton of medevacs with so much health. Those are going to be able to heal all day long. And I guess right now is the moment when Noisy Ninja goes, I really wish I had High Templar, so I could just feed back all those medevacs into the ground. And Noisy Ninja's third now under siege, and he's just having trouble repopulating his army. He's building 4 Hellions at a time now, but I don't know if that's going to be quite enough, because these Marines are very durable and deal so much damage. Noisy Ninja running all of his SCVs away on a very complicated rally pattern, but oh, so many mules going down. But Noisy Ninja, screw it, I'm going for it. I'm going to siege up the main, and oh boy, if he can siege up all these production facilities, Beck is going to be in a world of trouble. Beck starting to work away at that command center, and actually, I feel like Beck should just start lifting and moving everything now. Because this is starting to look like a bit of a base trade. Neutral supply depot, what did it ever do to you, Noisy Ninja? You just set it on fire. It is now bleeding to death metaphorically. And he's going to start losing all of his barracks now. But wow, those Marines actually did better than I thought they would. And these Blue Flame Hellions cleaning up a lot of Marines. Not sure. Oh wow, they clean up all of them. Oh, that's because they had tank support. And Beck with his enormous medevac army. How many does he have? He has 15 medevacs. That is kind of crazy. And I feel like Beck needs to just relift or GG. Wow. Potatolisk has left the game. And looks like Noisy Ninja decide to stay in the game for a bit of a victory lap. Wow. Yeah, that game really could have gone either way. But well played by Noisy Ninja, managing to stay in it, going for the base trade, and managing to defend against Vec's final Marine push. And once again, I just want to show 512 units lost, 254 units lost. There are now 762 widows. There we go. Unless some of those ones that died were Banshees and Medevacs, in which case there are some widowers in there. Yes, widower is actually a word. Anyways, you guys probably want to see more StarCraft 2, so I'm going to close this one out. Join me for Game 4 of DarkOnyx versus Samurai Faith.